Hello everybody, JT Bear coming to you today. It is the first day of fall here in southern British Columbia, and I thought, since it's generally the time I wrap up my experiments and start fixing up the yard, that I would show you one of the sillier experiments I did this year that worked out way better than I expected. A Pillbug Compost bucket. Who knew? Alright, let's check that out. So, some of you may recall the accidental Pillbug trap video from earlier. If not, I'll put a link to it somewhere here in the video. Right about now, I guess. And anyway, in the discussion that came out of that, and for the record, I love these discussions that show up in the comments. Anyway, in the discussions that came out of that, it basically became quite apparent that pillbugs normally will eat like debris, dead plant matter and stuff, although they do have a tendency to go for seedlings. I guess probably because they're weak. Everybody likes a little fresh greens in their diet or whatever. So I figured, okay, I'm going to collect a whole bunch of pillbugs, put them in a bucket in my greenhouse, and I'll just throw my greenhouse clippings into there, see what happens. Well, this is what happened. Now, I threw all kinds of stuff in here just because it was there, really. This, obviously not biodegradable, but at the same time, it's got a lot of dead matter on it that could be cleaned off, and then I could use it again, and what do you know? Pillbugs happily just munching away on this thing. So I'm just going to toss that into the bigger bucket here, because really, basically what's happening today is I'm moving this to the larger Tupperware tote because it seems to have proven itself to be effective, really. But anyway, I just thought we'd take a look quickly going through it there, and then I'll dump it out and we'll see just kind of what kind of pillbug colony has developed in here, because I tell you, I have literally filled this thing with tomato cuttings at least twice, and it's not so full anymore. This really isn't the angle I was hoping for, but it's the best I can get with what I've got kicking around me at the moment. Alright, well, it doesn't smell very good, but let's take a look. Alright, so right away I can see a couple of pillbugs here of various ages. That really doesn't smell pretty, though. But considering how much vegetable matter has gone into that pail, that's surprisingly effective. See if I can find something to poke around in that with, because I'm not putting my hand in there. Alright, found a piece of extra plumbing pipe. What a surprise. Oh, more scrubbies, but what do we get when we look in there? More pillbug activity. It seemed to me this would be a great way to get my clay pellets back from all the roots and stuff. My thinking was that the pillbugs would eat all the roots, and eventually, sifting through here, basically my pellets would all kind of sift to the surface. Kind of seems to be working out for me. Like I say, this doesn't smell very nice though, but still, a whole bunch of activity in there. So I'm going to say I've probably been putting a little bit too much moisture in here, but otherwise it looks like they're pretty content to stay and to breed in this bucket of debris. Kind of disgusting, but interesting sort of experiment. It's going to be great to be able to get all those clay pellets back, that's for sure. I was turning my traditional compost, and there's tons of them in there. But this should be a little bit cleaner. Alright, I think I'm just going to throw a screen over this tote, let it dry out a little bit, and then I'll put it back in the greenhouse. Gross, but interesting. So I guess at the end of the day with that project, I learned that, roly-polies have their place in my greenhouse. I can put them to good use at any rate. Haven't found any really escaping from the bucket, so I'm just going to assume they're happy with the source of food I've been giving them. But, you know, there you go. A quick look at one of my little mad science projects for this year, and its wrap-up and results. The roly-poly composter, aka the Pillbug Composter, does seem to work. So, I'm going to wrap it up with this one. Thanks for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day.